Sawadee welcome once again to our special edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Lungtip Chonapalai.
And I'm Supachon Klin Suwan. Both of us are bringing you with the latest updates on the flooding situation in Bangkok and surrounding areas. And so, of course, in the English language, so that foreigners, expats, and foreign tourists here in Thailand could have a chance to know what's going on before reading this through the newspapers tomorrow morning.
And today, many Bangkokians fleeing the capital city.
Of course, the long holiday.
They're going to outside Bangkok, such as Hua Hin and Pattaya.
Popular destination.
Very popular. And meanwhile, residents who insist to stay are bracing themselves for a possible new high of flood levels.
Exactly, because tomorrow about 8:03 a.m. is when is the time where the sea levels is expected to be the highest. Right, so you might as well brace yourselves. However, the flood water has not yet reached Thai PBS headquarters, which is on Vipawadi Rangsit Road. So I'm not sure if we're not in trend at the moment, right? But this is a minute-by-minute evaluation process. So you might as well. That's what you're seeing now. That's Vipawadi Rangsit Road.
And today also the Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra and her administration has prepared temporary shelters. And let's hear what the Prime Minister has to say.
ท่านนายกร้องไห้บ่อยไหมคะเกี่ยวกับปัญหาหลังจากที่
ไม่ได้ร้องเลยค่ะต้องเรียนว่าไม่ได้ร้องเลยแล้วก็หลายท่านที่เห็นภาพในนั้นไม่ทราบว่าเป็นอย่างมันเป็นจังหวะแต่ไม่เคยร้องไห้ค่ะเพราะว่าเราเองเราอยู่ตรงนี้เราต้องเข้มแข็งแล้วก็
The Prime Minister admitted that Bangkok is indeed in crisis, though she insists that she won't give up on protecting the capital. Meanwhile, Ministry of Interior is trying to block water from historical sites and important buildings at risk.
The west side of Bangkok is home to the Grand Palace, Thammasat University's Thai Prachan campus, the National Museum, and also the Sanam Ruang area, all of which are along the Chao Phraya River.
As the seawater is expected to reach its peak tomorrow morning at about 8:03 p.m.
Exactly, and once again it will recede and then come up again at about 5:52 p.m. on Friday as well. So that's why the Flood Relief Operations Center, or the FROC, along with the BMA, which is the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, have urged people to get out of Bangkok, especially residents of Sai Mai and Tui Watana districts, where the water levels are critical. At 6 p.m. today, the water level of the Chao Phraya River at Memorial Bridge, or Sapan Put, is at 2.38 meters above sea level, another 40 centimeters, and the dikes will not be able to withstand the current.
Meanwhile, people escaping the Bangkok floods are facing limitations of roads, buses and railways. Thousands of people heading north and northeast are using the eastern highways of Suwintawong and Highway 304 in Prachinburi province. Traffic to the routes is congested all day long.
And buses going north can only run between Lopburi and Chiang Mai, while the northeastern bus routes are operating as normal. Southern trains can only come as far as Nakhon Pathom, as some of the railways are inundated. However, hotel rooms at the moment are inundated. Hotel rooms at the moment in Hua Hin and Pattaya are as high as 80%. However, images of the Don Mueang airport led many governments around the world to warn their citizens that Thailand's aviation system is now at risk. However, Thai Airways executives stepped to the podium today, insisting that Suvarnabhum's inbound and outbound flights are trouble-free. Passengers have crowded Suvarnabhum after Nok Air and Orient Thai Airlines have moved their operations from Don Mueang. AOT officials claim the additional 70 flights per day are not interrupting other airlines. Suvarnabhum can still manage to add up to 920 more flights daily. Thai Airways head of flight security and standards insists there was a misunderstanding from images shown on TV, which led the British and Hong Kong authorities to announce that flying to Thailand is a risk. TG's head of security told Thai PBS that Thai Airways is confident of Suvarnabhum's drainage system. Therefore, the national carrier will continue to operate normally. Following the floods raging the capital city, the demand for flights leaving Bangkok has increased by nearly 20%.
The Minister of Industry, Dr. Wannaraja Chanugun, toured the industrial estate in the east and west of Thailand to evaluate the damages to the factories around the country. More than 660,000 workers are temporarily out of work. So far, the industrial estate has suffered 500 billion baht in damages. A total of about 9,800 factories are currently underwater. Dr. Wanarat wants to protect the factories in the east and west, which are not yet underwater. Lakabang is the most at risk to get flooded because the water must pass through the area in order to drain. The industrial estate is trying to build a dike that is 3.4 meters above sea level. They will try to finish it within 2 days. At the same time, Minister of the Industry has ordered the industrial department to investigate all 8 industrial estates, which consists of about 1,200 factories. They found that 112 carry dangerous chemical substances. 101 factories have moved and stored the chemicals in a safe place. The remaining 11 factories have been closed and arrangements will be made to further investigate. The executive of Samut Sakhon Industrial Estate has begun flood prevention measures because the direction of the water will be going toward the west. The area faces the most danger starting tomorrow to Monday because of the high sea level. There is a chance that the water will overwhelm the dike, and workers plan to pump that water out. I also spoke to the Minister of Industry, Mr. Wanarat Chandugun, earlier today for his view on the situation. Here is what he has to say.
Yes, at this stage, we have carried out a number of strategic measures in order to protect the remaining industrial estate. Firstly, we have built many strong dikes in various industrial estates.
Right.
These dikes are well situated high above the ground level, and it defends the running water flow from Chao Phraya and Thachin River reaching to Bang Pakong River. Secondly, we have watering the flow of the water causeway both inflow and outflow. Thirdly, we are in the process of improving and strengthening every area, especially at the weakness point, of which are being improved at the base carry out effort.
I also spoke with Mr. Ponsin Pachirindanagun, the Vice Chairman of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. He talks about Thailand's failure to manage the water.
Well, I think the management is somehow failed. We cannot prevent the flooding up to Bangkok now. This is the last city. And the next step is we have to look ahead. I think we have to plan how to recover from the damage that the flood has caused to us. I think we need a bracket, a sum of money, about 300 billion baht or 400 billion baht to stand by. For example, giving credit to small and medium enterprises, tax rebate for the importing of machinery to replace the old one, and so on. Yes.
The massive floods have so far affected food production of more than 30 companies. The most important items like eggs, instant noodles, and water are being brought in from Malaysia this week. Because it is very difficult to get the supplies to Thailand, prices will of course be higher. Items like drinking water, eggs, instant noodles, and canned fish are coming in from Malaysia. The first lot of the food can also be sold by the middle of next week. For example, drinking water is expected to go from 10 baht a bottle to 12 to 15 baht respectively. Products like tissue papers, napkins, and water filters are also being imported.
With much of the central Thailand are underwater,
yes.
But a lot of Thais, they refuse to leave their home or in the high-rise buildings.
Exactly, it's very difficult for people who are I like to use the word attached to their homes to actually
they
go
worry
anywhere.
about their homes.
Exactly.
But especially now we have to adapt, to the flood lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's a special report from Kun Benjamalanที่พันทองครับ
In the central region of Thailand are adjusting to their new lives after the floods devastated their home. Now the people in Bangkok are bracing for their lives to change dramatically as well. Areas with high-rise buildings outside the city center are flooded, but many people are still living in those buildings. Getting around has been very difficult. Small cars cannot withstand the floods, and people need to travel with military vehicles or even prison trucks.
อันดับแรกเราก็คือสิ่งอาหารแห้งทุกชนิดที่หาได้ในตลาดตอนนี้ก็ขาดตลาดเราก็พยายามจะซื้อเก็บไว้นะครับตอนแรก
Samrit Tangsuwan, who lives in Don Mueang, where 90% of the district is flooded, told Thai PBS he had to stock up on food and drinking water. They must last through the crisis and be used in case of emergencies. But the problem is that drinking water and instant noodles are hard to find because people are clearing the supermarkets, stocking up on food.
You can see anything on shelf. People in this area can't buy anything from convenience store. They have to buy from typical market or a small shop and try to save money.
But the flash markets can also become flooded in the near future. This is one of the largest floods in Thai history. But people are still trying to adjust to living with nature. Benjamalan Tipkantong reporting for Thai PBS.
Thank you so much, Kun Benjamalan. Now,
that's what we live with our life. It's just like that.
That's the real fact. So for those of you who could not go to convenience stores to get your products, try your local fresh market.
Yeah, that's much better.
Exactly. And some products can be cheaper as well. Now, some of the dangers, Dr. Runtip, that comes with the flood are we consider deadly, especially in terms of electricity, where many Thais have been electrocuted to death after this round of floods.
But luckily, there's a university that invents something interesting to help people not to, dead from the electricity. Here's my interview with the president of the King Mongkut University of Technology. Here we have the current leakage of testers to show you today. So, Ajahn, how does it work, this thing? Can you show us?
Well, this is what we've got here is simply an oversized current tester screwdriver.
Right.
Our students and staff design an oversized tester. What you do is you put the tip into the water, and then put your finger to close the circuit, and if the lights come up, that means there are currents in the water, so that's dangerous.
Okay, so we're gonna try like that. Just this is the bucket with the water, real water, and we have some plugs in here. So of course there's a current here. Yeah.
So the reason it has to be long is when you are wet, you have to stay away at least 2 or 3 meters from the source.
So this is how high is this?
This is about 2 meters.
2 meters. Okay, it's perfect size.
Yeah.
But the water won't go out more than 2 meters.
What you do is you test the electric outlet,
right?
And to make sure that current has been cut off. And when you test, if you see the lights, then you have to make sure you cut off the currents before getting to the water.
So we could call that silent but deadly, but not deadly anymore thanks to the tools from the people from KMUIT, which is, or other people would know them as Bangmot. Engineering of Bangmot.
You can check out their website and for more information. So that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to tune into after the evening news. I'm Rungtip Chotapalai.
And I'm Suvajon Klinsawan.
สวัสดีค่ะ